Hello and welcome back to a personal code of conduct. Today we'll be talking about escapism and maladaptive daydreaming. It's I don't know. It's already like 4:30 or 4:30 before I started recording this thing, and I'm just like, Daya, why are you so lazy? And I have been thinking about it since like Thursday, but I haven't. Then I was like, okay, now I have escapism. It's just like there's just not enough hours in the day. But like today is going to be kind of upbeat, even though I'm talking about like another reason why Dio is cuckoo in the head. I don't know. I still don't have a mic. I got a new laptop. Ugh, so many things to say at once. But like I got a new laptop, but I'm still using my phone because I want to get like a nice mic if I ever get paid. I know I work for like minimum wage. Oh, enough of that place. I'm going back there tomorrow. I'm not starting the conversation now. So like we're talking about escapism, which is so obvious. In this current like section of the I would I call it section is I'm still putting season 1 in the podcast, like, so at this like current stage of my life I should talk slower, that way I'll like be able to make more time and without having like vomited all my points out. So like in this section I will just be going through the internet, googling things about like escapism. I'll talk about my life. I think this is basically self-therapy at this point, so I talk about everything and like, notice me some. Okay, why was I about to say notice me senpai? But like notice me everybody. I don't know. I like the fact that like we're all tiny and few. Like we're very few and I don't have access to any of you, and I don't check Twitter. I need to stop looking at Instagram. Like the artworks are not that interesting. I'm going to diagnose myself of various things today. This is like Daya's version of Daya's psychoanalysis is like her version of her mother's self-medication when it comes to like malaria, cholera and everything. So like yeah, we're here, we out here. So I don't know, why am I just being random? And I'm obviously the editing is still trash on this one. And we are here. So why am I going to escapism? Like we are going to do like the whole Wikipedia page thing because wiki is the most I'm going to do about research. But like, okay, it's going to change. I know I've been telling everybody since like December, or like when did I start this thing? I have tried though. Like that's another reason why like the longer I do this stuff, it makes me like, and like opportunities have come this week. I know it's like choppy, but I'm not cutting bits and pieces. It's my mind that's just all scattered. Opportunities have come this week, so I'm like kind of in like an excited state. And next week is not it's going to be quite hassle free. It's just like closing up my deadlines. I don't think I have like to be moving in and out of like different places and getting things done for them and what have you. So like my hope is that everything is going to be fine. I don't intend to travel. Like no matter how much like they suggest or try to push it to me, I don't intend to travel. And I hope for, I don't know, I don't want to think about that place. Tomorrow is already disturbingly close, and this is off point, but like this podcast in a sense for me is a form of escapism. I was looking for a way to like download my episodes from Anchor and move it straight to Drive without like having to, there are ways to do it, but like I found this really sketchy dude on like Telegram, so I want to open another account and download my podcast to that account and not use my main Google account. But then I have to open like a new YouTube page. That fuck, I would like to use my normal account and open that YouTube page, but hey, there's that. But like yeah, just like to upload my podcast to YouTube, but then again it's going to cost like, I need to get the podcast onto Drive, and once I get it onto Drive I'll get it onto like Tubes or Tunes, then from there I'll get it onto YouTube. So like I'm going to be posting this podcast onto YouTube. Yay, I don't know, that's good I guess. And you can do a lot of uploads from Drive, so like I only need to like spend a huge amount of data once, and it's just going to be me sending packets over the internet, which is going to be really awesome. I wish like the Google app was verified, so I'd be comfortable with using the Telegram bots on my personal account. But I'm still going to try. I was trying to move via Collab, but like unless they have a particular plugin to move drivers, then it would be fine. I'm going to continue checking Stack Overflow, but like that's enough of that. Let's talk about escapism. I'd say like this podcast for me is a form of escapism, but like rather than escapism, I'd say that I'm pouring out like everything, all my thoughts and like everything is freaking me out onto this podcast. Like, and I think I start my week a calmer person generally, but like I know I'm sounding really upbeat and stuff, even though like the general tone of everything is kind of depressing. I still haven't gotten out of myself. I spent 4 months in the year, but I have gotten back on track to finish my Coursera courses. Praise Jesus, praise everything. And then tomorrow I'll do on the PDFs, and I need to start reading. I'm going to my laptop to work. I need to start reading on like cybersecurity again. Oh fuck. But like I hope I don't bang. But I also kinda want to bang. I don't know, man. Life's good. Then where was I? Yes, escapism. I know like it goes in and out, but like I try to avoid thinking about the future. So the order of this show, this is still the intro by the way. I know it's scattered. I'm sorry guys. The order of the way everything is going to go is me defining what escapism is, then trying to like look for history points in my life where I have been escapist. Actually, I was in my own definition before I've looked up the definition. I have been very escapist, like from like with YouTube content. I officially have a YouTube addiction, and I'm lying to myself that I don't, because it's not funny videos, it's not stupid. Like I listen to intelligent commentary, but I need to understand that understanding the world without living my own life, that is escapism. Like attempting to understand stuff, like look at different viewpoints and whatever and what have you, like without like actively living my own life, that is escapism. And I tend to drown myself in music, but music is just so cool. Like I swear I love music. Like one of these days I'll try and like, I don't know, there's so many things I push myself into. And no, I haven't quit my Instagram. I just don't have anything to talk about. But like I think I want to start like recommending products, but then I have to go to maybe like this Monday, like when I get back from the office, I'll go to like Home Affairs and like check out their beauty section, because there are some products I really want to recommend, like their makeup removing solution and other stuff, like for double cleansing. And I just want to spend money, but I don't have money. Like retail therapy makes you really happy. I think that is the key reason why I'm looking for like another source of funding. And I know I should change myself. So this is not like me doubting and feeling creepy. I know I should change myself by accepting that offer. So like I keep drowning myself in other things, in hedonism, and getting myself out of the situation, which is fuck. Why don't I do that? But like, what are my hedonistic tendencies? Manga, YouTube. I have like literally in the last 11 days used 30 gig. What the actual fuck? I was complaining that I was like using like 24 gig. Like every time I get more data, I use it on more stuff, and I'm just like, how the fuck is that even happening? This is a long enough intro, but I've said like I'm going to like look at points in my life. Then we'll look at maladaptive daydreaming. Like I haven't like gone on the wiki page and properly looked at it, but like my own idea of maladaptive daydreaming is like my intense fantasies. Like I can nearly see that it's there, and I've nearly died several times, because I don't know who the fuck keeps like soapy water on the floor in like in the dorms. Like who the fuck does that? Apparently most people in Moremi, and I've almost died many times. I actually do have like cracked teeth due to like maladaptive daydreaming. I don't know, this is self-diagnosing, like I said. I'm going to try to sound very upbeat, even though this is another like wave. I'm kind of kind of sad, but like I did succeed in doing week 3 of my Coursera course, and finishing this specialization means that, okay, let me say something particularly sad. When I was looking at the specialization, I looked at the last date I did work on it. I checked my GitHub page, it was 8 months ago. I never felt so worthless in my entire life, realizing that something that was interesting and meant much to me, I let it go over like a routine, over going somewhere from 9 to 5. And I can't let this continue. My guy, I have to like fucking ginger and get out of my situation. And I think that involves like not playing, not reading fanfiction, and just focusing on like spending, okay, let's give Dio, like let's start with 2 hours a day, but that 2 hours is a lot. But like I'm actually improving. I know it sounds like really whiny and shitty and stuff, but I'm actually improving, even though the bar is on the ground and I just have like the remote decency to not dig beneath the bar. So like there's that. So well, enjoy. Like this is the 10-minute long intro. After I rambled on, then enjoy. We'll be talking about escapism and maladaptive daydreaming. Escapism is a mental diversion from unpleasant or boring aspects of daily life, typically through activities involving imagination and entertainment. Escapism may be used to occupy oneself away from persistent feelings of depression and general sadness. Oh my god! I'm on this fucking table. I'm on this table and I don't like being on this table. I know I've diagnosed myself having spent like 40 gig on data, and I'm like, what did I use it to do? But I'm currently on like a freaking last straw of like telling myself that things will be fine. But like the total lack of satisfaction and complete unwillingness to do something. I don't understand. I miss when escapism was what for me, when it was just fun, when it was relaxing after my long day of work. But right now it has become poison. Right now um it has become unhealthy. It has become knowing that I have actual like I spent the whole of Saturday. I mean, I'm surprised like I went to the market, because that's the one thing that I always find interesting about myself. It's not that I don't like doing these things. It's not that I don't love like solving problems and learning new systems and doing data science and cooking and doing fun things. It's just to avoid doing these things I go through so much, and when I do them I'm so lost in doing them. Like I spent like 3 hours just walking around in the market. I hate going outside, but when I go outside it takes a long time for me to even get back in. I bought a stupid sun hat. I wanted a cool bucket hat, but I couldn't find one. I bought a stupid sun hat, and I don't think I'd be willing to wear that everywhere, but I'll have to start carrying it to work. And like I've gotten a sun hat, no excuse. Let me start wearing it. Oh my god, my toe skin is disgusting. Do I have diabetes? I don't know. That's off point. I was looking at my legs while making that statement. So like I miss when, let me talk about my childhood. Like who doesn't like talking about her childhood and stuff. When did I become escapist? I don't know, but one thing I do remember was like when I read a novel and just entering their world. And I like the thing is that I don't do self inserts. Like I don't know whether it's like maybe I first I was like, was I depressed and like too depressed that I'm unable to self insert myself as a hero, or self insert myself as the star of the show, or self insert myself as somebody awesome. I'm surprised that I was completely and totally unable to do that even from a young age. I just assumed that it was because like I've grown as a person. Turns out I've never been able to self-insert. I've always loved being an observer, like watching you live your life, watching you fall in love, watching you just do stuff. Like while I do so, like escapism was fun in that sense because I was doing stuff in my own life, and my escapism was watching people do stuff, because in my own actual life I'd want to talk so much. Oh god, I really ruined my toes. I know this is like off point, but I'm looking at my legs and I'm wondering, like I'm missing a good portion of skin, and is it a sore that is not healing? Am I pre-diabetic? I don't know, Sha. Well, that's off point. I was talking about like escapism, and I remember like being a child and deciding that I wanted. What was the first awesome novel I read? Was it The Time Shift? I was scarred reading The Time Ships. I couldn't read The Time Machine. It was weird, but I was scarred reading The Time Ships. I was like, who had the time to write such a long novel? And I still remember the images in my head of like the Molloy, the Morlocks, the Eloy, everybody, and it's like I was just there, just watching them, because like being in like putting yourself in that situation is so scary, and like just watching them is like really really fun, rather than like you being the one running. But like if they're like in a dangerous situation and you're there, you're not like leading the situation, but you're running with them, so you're equally scared. And another thing that made me like really run, because I like to run. It is one thing. But like going outside to run is stress. And I know, but this is going to like lead into my exercise. I have decided to quit Epic. I'm going to continue. I promise I'm going to continue. I've decided to quit Epic on day 33 and move and just go straight to Epic Heat, because that is 30 minutes, and I can actually say that I'm going to use the rest of the time to stretch and to do like hybrid calisthenics workout for my what do you call it, for my core and that kind of stuff. And I don't know, just existing and vibing. And I know this is going off points, but like I'm very escapist in thoughts, because when I don't want to do something or when I'm very sad, I could just always imagine myself. Like funny thing is, like I don't imagine myself as the hero. I imagine myself as a background character. And not that I'm jealous of the hero, or I feel like a low self-esteem. Like obviously, I create my entire different story in the world that is independent of the heroes, or I'm an observer in the hero's story. And sometimes like I just soak myself into the world of like I remember Robotech was like, and especially if it's a very dangerous story, I don't want to be into your world. I don't want to who the fuck wants to put themselves in like Mordor, or like I'd imagine myself after your society has become peaceful. But most of the time I'd like to be like an extraterrestrial observer that can see you from the sky. And I like being able to push images, and I love like when authors don't like put characters, because like don't like tell me about the skin color or the eye color or the whatever of the person, because I think until like I turned 13 or 12 I just imagined them as black. I just imagine everybody like people around me. And sometimes I see people on the road like, oh god, I need to like get on YouTube, and I need to get the courage to like take videos of people and tell them that they look nice, because there's some people that I just really like looking at. And like it's not like I feel any attraction to them. I just like I can create an entire story, an entire world in which they're the main character, in which they have some powers, in which they are super cool and awesome and what have you. Then let's go back to the wiki page talking about perceptions. Entire industries have sprung up to foster a growing tendency of people to remove themselves from the rigors of daily life. Oh, okay. They're going on to talk about like entertainment and porn and stuff and what have you. But like I think my escapism ties into maladaptive daydreaming, because it's so vivid. And like I said in the intro, I've like almost injured myself several times. But like, and I think because the content I watch is not like self-loathing content, it's not content that would make me feel bad for liking, it's not content that like it's like I don't know, like I think it's like content by intelligent people in quotes. It's not cringy, it's not telling people to like do certain things. It's just people expressing their opinions and pouring out their passions and stuff. I think that's what's making me less guilty, which is the problem with escapism. You act like you're improving with my own form of escapism. I'm acting like I'm improving myself, or like by learning from so many different people and looking at so many different viewpoints and opening my mind, but I'm not living this life. It's different from like you reading, you hearing somebody and you form opinion, and for you to like have opinion from active worlds. I have applied to a bunch of places this week, and they're like promising places. Like I also clicked on some random dude's status, and it was something that I saw and I really liked, and I hope I get it, because it would really align with like the plans I have for myself. And obviously I'm not well paid where I am, so like going to somewhere that I can learn data science techniques and move on with just stuff, that'd be awesome. I'd be so much happier. I think, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't have a problem with spending all my money irresponsibly, because I knew that I'm gaining a skill that will make me way more money and make me happier with life. I don't know, there's that. I have a challenge the others, because escapism is not necessarily like I know, like before I even started this section I literally escaped away, because I was going to the Google escapism from what do you call it, like just to see like a YouTube video on it. I have started spending too much money. I don't use enough YouTube Go, because I suddenly like reading comments. I need to stop that. Maybe I need to lock my YouTube account and focus on just using YouTube Go. and what have you. But then again, I've downloaded a bunch of videos and they're so clear and like what have you. But like Adayo, you've used 30 gig in a span of 11 days. I want to slap myself. This is another problem, another reason why like I want to stop escapism, because I tend to get like really, really angry with myself and like angry about everything, and I'm mostly angry about my own powerlessness, because I have had this escaping tendency to like say, do you know who I am? I'm nobody actually. It's not like, don't think this as a self-deprecating stuff, because I'm opening with the idea that nobody is anybody, like we're all completely worthless, and that is fine. No, like I know people just be like, are you calling me worthless? No, but like look at your life in relation to the entire 7 billion. It doesn't mean much, and that is okay. It should take away the pressures of moving forward. But you are a human being, and knowing is not feeling, and the pressures will still be there. But reminding yourself that there's so many of us and I could die getting hit by a truck, it doesn't matter. I know that was like a long dramatic stuff, but I continue to like repeat my ideology. So let's go on to other stuff. Escapist societies. Oh yeah, people that are just being generally weird. I don't even know. Okay. The reason why I remember the time ships today, because of I haven't read the original. I don't think I'd read it because it's like I don't know. I don't think I want to read anything by like an older British person or something. It'd be weird. Like, and it's going to be like super awesome. Like I read the time ships about like a fan fiction when he went back about the Eloys and the Murdochs, and it's really freaking awesome. And like, but then again, you should like Google the time ships. I've never read the Time Machine, but I'm pretty sure I prefer it to the time ships than Robotech Wars. I never knew it was an anime. Like there's been so much anime in my life without. And I'm starting to really like the world of like commentary and books and music. Music is my new escapic obsession. It started with like I my childhood, it was my escaping obsession was standing up to people that I feared, and sometimes I actually did, and sometimes because I form entire conversations, which is something like maybe I should start like doing a podcast on that end, like as if I'm talking to somebody, as if maybe next week podcast is me saying things I wish I have said. Yes, this is the topic for next week. I'm calling it now. So I received a call that sort of reminded me that I am getting old. Yeah, like by this time next year I'll be 24. I don't know where my 21st year just disappeared to, but like you can see why I'm very, very escapist. I have like super escapist tendencies because like the world is burning and I feel like I fucking wasted 8 months that I should have been learning the valuable skill, and I wasted it, even though like it is a sort of valuable skill, but it's definitely not what I want to do with the rest of my life. Okay, yes, back to like escapism, and totally be like, yeah, this is the reason why I'm escapist because I'm getting old and having achieved zero as in I'm unable to financially support myself. This is officially I've achieved zero. I understand that like people are in different positions, but like I am stressed because it's my life and I expected more from myself. Back to escapism. That's all I can get from the wiki page, because I don't think anybody wants to say that they have their own, or they have their own like energy, and they have their own thoughts and what have you. Then but like when people are talking about like their dreams, their aspirations, the things they want, and I tend to escape away into fan fiction, I tend to escape away into books, because I'm generally uncertain about like my pathway to the end. I'm uncertain about opportunities, and I keep throwing away like awesome opportunities, and there are some that I particularly regret, some decisions that I particularly regret, but like I have been like comfortably avoiding them like well, so I'm just like, I don't want that to continue. Like let me continue like not remembering that and what have you. So let's go on to maladaptive daydreaming. I think I was talking about how maladaptive daydreaming is like has been my whole life, because my fantasies get so intense, like because it's not just like do two forms of escapism: daydreaming and entertainment. And that's the reason why I like to feel myself like with content, because people are like, when I get injured like while maladaptive daydreaming, or this is a self-diagnosis, you can't officially diagnose somebody with maladaptive daydreaming. Like while I get like so like into my daydreams because like there's no content, like I don't have any novels, and I'm super jittery because I hate being alone with my thoughts. So, like that's why I love being the observer, because I can formulate a personality based on the combination of this kind of like different people, different stuff, and present myself in a front to so many different people in so many different manner, and it's just really amazing and beautiful. Oh, and like I said, I'm starting Epic Hits tomorrow, so I'm kind of like super excited for that. 30 minutes! I'm not going to be dying for half an hour, and I can spend most of it stretching, and I'll be able to like 5 days complete of working out. Praise Jesus. What else? I this is already starting to get like long and stuff, and because I don't have a guest, I don't have like a real, and it's so easy to go for so long when you're talking with somebody, and I think it's easier to daydream than to be somebody's friend, because I sort of think that I become a nuisance, because like people have other shit they're doing with their life, and like I like, do I have like a lackluster reply? Like anytime I text somebody, that's why I like voice notes. That's why I like voice notes. Because I freak out that I freak out that what's the word? That am I offending you? Am I losing you? Like I get that, like my opinions are like out there and loud and annoying, but like am I losing you? But like, and then when I finally have the person's attention, I get fucking tired. But like nobody, like people don't really make effort to reach out to me, but I don't make effort to reach out to people, so I'm not deserving of that. And I'm like, what is like the right percentage to even talk to your friends? I know this is like rambling out off points, but like, what is the right percentage to talk to your friends? Then next week, I'll oh my god, next week is going to be me trying to like dig into sad memories or happy memories, or try and remember things I've said, because I've literally had whole conversations trying to like correct, like suddenly remembering stuff, then trying to correct a situation that I wish I had a sound opinion on that, or like I had answers for. I was able to like defend myself, and like that's like, okay, let me now properly divide my my escapism, because I feel the maladaptive daydreaming is a shortened version of like I don't know, I don't understand English. Like Isha under is a subdivision, let's call it subdivision, is a subdivision of escapism. So like for me personally, I'd say my escapist tendencies go from me in entertainment, like, which is basically I've been finding a lot of fun, awesome people, but like to just listen to their voices, listen to their thoughts, like explore my mind. But like I need to understand that just like looking at other people's lived experiences, or other people's choices, or other people's opinions, or the way other people have lived their life, or other people's structure, or what have you, and you realize that like you have to go out and live your own life, and I'm just like, there's no money to that. I think that's my biggest like stressor, being like, I know I got a new laptop, but like I felt horrible when I got the new laptop because I didn't pay for it. It was gifted to me by my mother, and I was like, at this time, at your old age, you can't afford a laptop. Like, and fuck, you're going to use that laptop that you just got gifted to do a course for somewhere you don't even want to be. I don't know. And I'm like, I'm exaggerating, but like it feels like time is running, and I'm aging, like my skin is falling off me, and I wake up tomorrow and I'm a 60-year-old earning 20,000 naira. I think I'm exaggerating, but like I actually don't even see myself making it. I don't know, let's not like ruin our chances of getting like a real job and like life and shit like that. So like where was I? I don't even remember the part I grew, because this was supposed to be cherry. And I'm going to, even like in my recent like sort of breakdown in like the last 5 minutes, I'm going to put cherry music. That's it. Like the entirety of this podcast is going to have upbeat music as Dio breaks down. But like yeah, I was talking about the subdivision of my maladaptiveness and me like drowning in like YouTubers and like trying to just look at different viewpoints, looking at things that don't affect me. That's a real big problem when you look at American YouTubers, because they're pouring out their pain, but it's like it's easy to just forget that you have pains. Like I think I call this my own version of poverty tourism, emotional poverty tourism, because by looking at other people's suffering, it's rather than, I'm not using it to say that like, oh, mine isn't that bad, because mine is worse than theirs, but like by like trying to be empathetic towards like a wealthier, happier, more successful person or another person's pain, or something that you honestly in the real world you don't give a shit about, and like try to like soak yourself in, and you're not even trying to like, what's the word, you're not even trying to empathize, you're not saying that it speaks to you or something like that. Okay, some of them do speak to you, but like it's not that it's a vein, it's not like it's like a thing or something, but some of them do like speak to you in a sense, but like they don't really speak to you. You're just like watching other people's pain to ignore your own, because you're too busy being empathetic, too busy being there for somebody without being there for the someone, because even though they're sharing their pain, you don't give two shits, because you don't actually have to deal with it because you're not their friend, and like you don't, and you're like just there ignoring your own problems by focusing on another person's problems, which I think is like really common for like Twitter Nigerians. It is really common for Twitter Nigerians focusing on developed countries, because our entire fantasy is to leave this country. I don't really, like, for example, if I had like a good Lekki house and I could afford all the things I wanted from the abroad delivered to me, and I could travel like twice a year and do touristy things, then I don't think I'd want to emigrate, because I've already like, I don't know, like I'm still on the fence on the whole like having like new humans things. I'm even on the fence of having like being with somebody, so there's that. So I don't know where I am, I don't know what I am, and I know I'm fucking crazy. Damn. That is just dramatic. I should really post this on YouTube because I'm fucking gold. But like the first episodes are going to be lame. Those Seneca ones when I was like, I have something to say. Let's be stoic and improve myself. But it's still a personal code of conduct, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm getting old. Let's go. But let's go back to my subdivision of atheism. I'm saying atheism. Of escapism. So like after like the entertainment stuff, the other one is like commentary and I try to avoid like current events and focus on like things that like societal happenings that are independent of current events. I didn't watch Black Panther. I don't know. I won't watch it. I don't know. I have this. Yes, I know it's I'm very escapist. It's like I have this like adverse reaction to like movies. God, I can't watch live action movies. Yes, I like watching Kenny JD talk about movies. I don't know, like watching real people emote is just but watching people I actually like emote is it's not that bad. I actually really sympathize with them, and I get angry at how I'm not able to change their situation and what have you. But like gross. Like when movies are just super awkward to me, then funny enough, I'm able to put on a brave front in what's the word, in a real world situation. Like I hardly ever snap. I hardly ever snap in a real world situation. I'm usually like super fine and awesome in like how everything goes, and I'm just there like super whatever. I know I've already made like an awkward commitment to like next week's topic. I don't even remember what I said was going to be next week, but like awkward commitment, if I remember next week and you turn it, but like it's going to be a conversation with it's going to be like full on maladaptive daydreaming about my past, because I have like various different types of like daydreaming sources. Like I've talked about like the commentary stuff, like the entertainment I usually go through. And another way I drown in entertainment is reading novels and fan fiction and just like drowning in that world. Then I now have a maladaptive daydream about like a completely different story, like in the same world settings, in the same awesomeness, and just like it's so vivid and blue and bright and awesome. I like the word azure. I know this is like off point and stuff, but like azure is my favorite color. I just think it's beautiful. When I think of blue, oh god, I love that word. I love that word. Because I used to think azure meant red because I was used to describe a dragon. But then I remember like Ao no dragon, which is like Japanese stuff, and I was like Ao is blue. Then but like until I actually googled the word dragon, the word azure, I just assumed because the first time I saw the word azure, it was used to describe a dragon. So like my idea of azure was blue. It was just blue. blue. No, my idea was red. It was red. And why am I just scattered all over the place? It was red. It was red. My thoughts to like identify azure was red. Beautiful red. But then I realized then I actually went to there and Google and I thought it's blue. And just thinking about that shade of blue just like gives me tingles. And I think it's amazing. So like I know that's like off point and stuff. But let's go on to another form of daydreaming of mine. I've talked about the one with the like commentary. I've talked about myself. Music. Oh god, music is my latest escapist. Because music is not my latest, it's just like my current strongest because I've got a YouTube music subscription. And funny enough, it like the way I'm burning data, it's not what is using most of your data. And I'm like, I should stop, dial, focus, use your data on Coursera. I have spent like money I don't have on data. Like if I should tell you my data budget for the month, you'd be ashamed of me, guy. I spend money I don't have on data. I don't have that kind of money and I keep spending it. This is why I'm so obsessed with it. Because the retail therapy I use for escapism costs money and I don't have money. I think the way I'm, what's the word? The way I am, and like if I find myself earning more, like on the pathway to earning more, and I'm just like I can't live with my like escapism will no longer be like. I think I'm giving myself a disturbing cycle of like stupidity in the sense that my escapism is a cycle. I'm escapist because I don't like where I am. But that is preventing me from moving forward from where I am, where escapism can be a wonderful coping mechanism and it means relax after a long, stressful, fulfilling day. But like when you're I think at the core of what makes escapism a good coping mechanism, a positive coping mechanism, or something that's just poisonous is usually dependent on what you're trying to run away from. If it's a demanding and stressful situation but if you fulfilled, then escapism is only to supplement and enhance that life. But if you feel horrible, you constantly try to drown yourself in like happy situations, but your escapism becomes a hindrance for you to do the things that will help dig you out of that hole. Do you feel me? I don't know, it's like a creepy vicious cycle. So which other form of escapism do I have? As usual, music. Lately I've been obsessed with this song, and I'm not even going to talk about the fantasy that's associated with it because it'd be disrespectful to the religion that is the song, like the culture that's associated with it, because it involves an insane amount of gold, an insane amount of people, an insane amount of makeup, and I'm like, I'm not part of it. I'm just watching. I'm just an excited spectator in the stadium. I'm just happy to be there. And it's just like, oh my god, it's beautiful to look at. The song I'm currently obsessed with is Lutz Gaye. It's the number one song on the YouTube Indian music charts.
I like to do like explore YouTube and stuff, and I'm like right now I'm listening to four catchy Indian songs. One is Lutz Gaye, one is Jai Sultan, that's Tamil. One is Burj Khalifa, and one is I don't know the song, but she's wearing a gold dress. I just like I wouldn't I don't know. I like the way music makes me feel. It makes me move. It makes me happy. It gives me energy. And like, I just like the vibes. I like being strong. I like existing. I like music. Music is amazing. Music is just vibes. And it's like before, like music used to be amazing background to my fantasy, and I used to love it when my pupils like scroll up into my head. But I almost used to die. Boromir has almost killed me many times because I wasn't looking where I'm going, and the bars are too low, and I was like too lazy to go jogging around. I would have been really slim if I used all that to go like jogging around the school every night and just moving. God, because I can't dance for shit. Like I need to, but I know that I would do well if I was like taught how to dance. But like I can't dance for shit. I really can't dance for shit. But like I know that I would do well because I have like really awesome fast switch muscles, and I'm like, running while listening to music is the shit. I should get like an armband. I know I was like, I'm going to get a bucket hat. I ended up buying these trashy bucket hats. And funny enough, I saw like a really cool bucket hat like after I bought the trashy one. I felt so ashamed because I looked like fucking on Greeka streets. Oh my god, everybody wears second clothes, but like with the way I looked at with the bucket hat and the shorts and the vintage shirts and the Lacoste the stolen Lacoste slippers, I look like fucking Okrika Central. I look like a loser basically with zero fashion sense. I should go shopping and get like more black hats and more cool stuff. I'm still, once I get money, I'm still very committed to becoming. It's always like that's the thing I love about my escapism is that the weird decisions I come up with. I just while I'm daydreaming or being escapist or what have you, or just imagining stuff, I stick to it for the rest of my fucking life. The reason why data science gives me so much fucking joy because I've had a fantasy about it. So it's like, yeah, it's like, oh god. I was like, I want to buy black clothes and be a corporate goth on Tuesday to Thursday, a vampire princess on Monday, and the loudest, most awesome, most gold-toothed, gold everything Yakuza gangster like person on Friday. Oh god, when I have money. Like, you just realize that money is a huge part of expressing your ideas. So like, wear your fantasies on your sleeve. Like, shopping is the escapist because you're like, it's like you've imagined yourself as a character, now you can dress like that character. The vibes. The vibes. We are here for the fucking vibes. But what do I know this is also why I'm going to remind everybody that this is a personal code of conduct. This is being Dial and having herself on a personal code of conduct. Fuck, and I'm just like, oh my god, maybe my YouTube account will be hijacked. Fuck. But who cares? I'm going to have to trust this Indian dude on Telegram if I want to post my podcast. I'm going to have to fucking trust this Indian dude on Telegram so that I can have a YouTube account. Oh my god, do I want to use because I know it's just so convenient to use the US Society stuff, but like, I'm so scared that I'll get hacked. I'm so scared that I'll get hacked. I'm so scared that I'll get hacked, and all my bank details will be out there. I used to do that sometimes, just like drowning in music. And then my voice goes through a period where it's good, sometimes it's bad. Like right now it's bad. My voice sounds like way nicer than this one. And I'm like, I wish I had a mic because I like the way I sound, and I think I can like correct the way I sound to the audio. Because I don't like the way those podcasty stuff that sounds like the news. It's really fucked up. Like, do you really sound like that? I don't think you really sound like that. I think like some different like parts of your voice has been taken away. So this is just Dio being a cuckoo kaka, talking about stuff, vibing. What else do I want to talk about? I can't believe I was able to drag this on for like 22 minutes. So let me go on to psychiatryonline.com and look at maladaptive daydreaming, dissociation, and the dissociative. Why is this thing not clicking? Oh my god, it's not clicking. What is like to be a maladaptive daydreamer? I went to a different site. So, conclusions. Let's go through this conclusion. A sample of highly traumatized and dissociative inpatients reported high levels of maladaptive daydreaming along with many other forms of comorbidity. Oh my god. That's the thing. My life is really comfortable, and I think because that's the reason why I disrespect myself so much, because I have never faced any real struggle in my life. That's why I don't take shit well, because I have never faced like real struggle. I've not been exposed to suffering or hunger or like doubts or like being not smart. I've done well in school. I've never. I think in secondary school the amazingness of just being better. It wasn't about like the amazingness of having like an all A's on my on my like report card was enough to push me to like study, to enjoy studying, and my ITKness was enough reason for me to enjoy like gathering new knowledge and stuff and just knowing stuff, and that was enough reason for me to pass. In uni that wasn't enough. I don't know. I just God, I'm realizing I dissociated in uni because it was just getting frustrated, and I didn't want to be like friends, because I knew like you had to be friends with the brilliant kids to do well. I didn't want to be friends with the brilliant kids to do well. I just wanted to be happy. More than anything, I wanted to be happy. And all these people with like insane GPAs make you wonder if like did you go to school? I didn't even make above a 4 point something. I'm incredibly ashamed about that. But like, oh yeah, the part where I was breaking and I was like speak to me. I freaked. She didn't reply after that, and I was thinking maybe I said something rude. But like I was just making a general statement. I don't attempt to discourage people from following what they want to do or what have you, or putting fears in people's hearts. And I don't know. Text me back. I doubt if she will. I'm not that important and stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Maladaptive days will become individuals with dissociative identities. I think that's the one reason why I don't give myself respect. Like I said before, like my life has been like pretty comfortable, so I'm like, yeah, I have no right to be crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm completely fine, and I don't think like people with actual like mental illnesses would welcome being called crazy. But like it's just so nice to just pretend like the world is not real. So I think I went into this like thinking I talk about like the worlds I've built, the amazingness, and maybe I'll end this video with that. I keep saying video, this audio, like I'm already having YouTube fantasies. I'll end this audio with that. I built a world. I want one where I'm particularly sad. This is just all over the place. One where I'm particularly sad is like when I imagine like Nigeria as a developed country. Oh God, it's just vibes. Oh, it's just so nice to imagine, because like a developed country that kept its culture, and not like and most people keep their culture instead of like becoming weird stuff. I don't know. I can't judge people. Like I said before, like the feeling when somebody doesn't like agree with you or thinks of it, it's easy to just think that they have nothing in their head. And as somebody that, especially as a she person, and like who talks so much. People, it's easy for people to just be like, oh, she has nothing in her head and what have you, and all this kind of stuff. But like, just imagining Nigeria or African continent or the entire world equally developed, where people just like to move up and down and travel. And people like to go to places, and our jobs take us places, and we're swapping colleagues, and we have like fast systems, and there's no jet lag, and everything is just awesome. God, sometimes I realize that this is why I don't want to wake up sometimes. So it's been Dio, and it has been a personal code of conduct.